Hi Kaushal, this is Amarendra. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi, I can.
So, artisanal biochar, carbon credits generated through artisanal biochar. How is the market for this artisanal biochar carbon credits, biochar carbon credits?
So, see, as I said, right, the market is there, but it's not very big. The bigger part of the market is for industrial or any
Acceptance
form
is,
of buyer. Yeah, the
yeah,
acceptance for in front of big buyers is for industrial or zero methane emissions,
okay.
methyl
But
biochar.
but for the industrial biochar acceptance is quite good, or there also we have a struggling market.
Struggling market as in.
मतलब are people ready to buy industrial biochar easily, or are we having issues there also
So
because but
if you
biochar
have a
carbon,
high quality uh,
yeah,
project, and if you have a DMRV which functions really well, which can clear their due diligences, then there's a huge market, right? I mean, if you ask me, I'll say it's not a problem. But if you ask other 10 developers in India, you'll say, oh, this is a big problem because it takes a minimum level of quality in terms of your DMRV being able to provide hard evidence or evidence which is very difficult to refute, right? If you can provide that particular evidence for every single kg of biochar produced,
I
I
mean, the
think
reason I was asking this question more particularly was uh, biochar carbon credits from industrial biochar carbon credits. The price is very high in comparison to the carbon credits from nature-based solution. Like agroforestry is $6, but biochar is around 70 to $100. So carbon credit is a carbon credit, but why should someone
not
else
true.
pay such a high price for
Yeah,
the same?
Amaranji, so I'll let me answer this one. This is a very important question. Right? So carbon credit is true, but having said that, the market is not behaving in this particular fashion.
Okay.
There's a company called Run- I forgot the name of the company. I'll just recall it in
No
some time.
worries,
But this
company is not
company
a
is
problem.
basically, yeah. So this company is basically sequestering poop all across Europe into oil fields, and Microsoft wrote them a $1.5 billion contract, right? And the per unit price point was $3,733, right? And I'll come to the problems of the market as well, but let me
Okay.
just reiterate that if in case you have a high quality project available, you basically will get buyers. The problem of the market is that 90% of the market is Microsoft, right? They have written very large contracts, but it seems that the market is running out of options. The top 20 buyers contribute around 98 to 99% of total CDR market. And overall, a few hundred buyers who have ever bought 100 plus outcomes. So this pie needs to increase, right? Uh, that's the problem which the market is not able to solve as of now.
Okay.
क्योंकि अगर एक अदद और दो अदल्ट में अगर रेट भी फर्क है तो
Yes,
आपने
yes, Kaushal. I have Johnson here. So I have one question. So here in this biochar whole process, we have two things: majorly biochar production and further biochar using in the agriculture field. So by using biochar in the agriculture field, so SOC increasing also. So here two layers involved. So firstly, so credits for production and also credits for using. So is these two credits combiningly, can we go ahead with a single project, or like how it will be? So just wanted to know.
So see, the project idea is that you mean to know that an artisanal and industrial project can become a part of one project or not?
My question is, so one is biochar production, and
Mhm.
after production, that biochar like using that biochar in the field. So through that one also SOC
Use this
increasing
from
is
there.
there. Like, so that will comes under regenerative agriculture practice. Like any like substituting some chemical fertilizers. So
Yes.
in this way,
So
like
see,
and SOC increment. So there also credits are generated, and for producing this biochar also credits are generated. So can both of these combining together like comes under a single project, or like how it will be?
yeah. So you can only claim credits once, right? The production, if you have claimed in production, you can't claim in application. And this is why if you are creating carbon project from a biochar, you have to basically declare in every single invoice that this cannot be used for creating application credits later. Having said that, there are other benefits like reduction of nitrous oxide emissions from farms if in case you use biochar. Theoretically speaking, you can issue a carbon project on that. Vera, for example, have a possibility to deploy multiple methodologies in one single geography itself, but it becomes too scientifically difficult to defend. I mean, first of all, nitrous oxide emissions reductions itself is very difficult to prove. And as I said, right, even if it is happening on the ground, if you can't quantify it, if you can't get this measured, reported, and verified, there is no point of creating a carbon program over it. With the limited technology and the kind of over complications and a very little yields per hectare, my understanding is I'll not suggest anything of this sort to be explored.
Okay, so for a Vera or gold standard, so they are taking as a part of MRV data, are they are taking also the after production of this biochar, where this biochar also going, like, so are they taking this whole value chain data also? So because
So Vera and gold standard, I am not aware. Vera and gold standard are not very famous for biochar as a category.
isometric or like so, some other,
Yeah,
sorry.
there you have to provide this particular information that where it is going, how it is getting applied.
Okay.
Hello.
Um,
Hello.
Hi.
Sir, I'm Rangarao from Andhra Pradesh. I'm a farmer actually. Recently, I have planted around 2,000 coconut plants and other cocoa plants and everything. And I am now going another 15 days. I am going to around 700 coconut plants planting. So can I get any carbon credits of the this new plantation, anything like that? Can I get it, sir?
Yeah. So again, please don't take my word for it, but I'll tell you how the carbon market behaves in this particular lens. There is a principle of additionality. Um, if it will depend what category your land falls in. If it is already productive land, the existing growth of biomass through any crop which you do, and did you plant these trees under an impression that you will claim carbon credits to basically make economic sense out of this particular decision? Yes, you can claim carbon credits. If not, or any of this check is not met, then you can't. Individual farmers providing ecosystem services by planting trees in our theory and mind should qualify, but the market do not look at always look at it as that. And to be clear, there is one particular thing which we need to be very very careful about is that the market basically wants to only incentivize wherein the existing use case based practice is like very bad, right? So the delta should be there from bad to extremely good is like the delta will be higher and hence these areas will be much more preferred. This is the exact reason why a lot of soil carbon projects started copying in Punjab, Haryana because of the existing baseline practices to be extremely bad, wherein in some other states in India, wherein, for example, they were already not burning it and there were a lot of other good practices they were following. The delta uh, improvement, or you can say delta carbon getting sequestered to soil or emission reduction is little, and hence um, that basically do not qualify the exact requirements.
Hi, this is Krishna here.
Dr. Reddy, I've raised my
Hello.
hand long ago. May I speak to you, please? Otherwise, please control in the serial order. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Sudhakar Reddy.
You see, we have come across a situation where we are giving collaboration to the institutions. We are, confronted with this situation where we are not only earning the carbon mitigation, we are mitigating methane, and thereby we are eligible for carbon credit. At the same time, by using alternative wetting and drying, we are increasing the productivity relative to the average the output. So these are all the two factors by which you see the farmer is gaining. Farmer and the society is gaining. So how would you treat these things? And the other thing is the the one-time effect of biochar is in the sequestration is one-time affair, whereas in the case of AWD, it is every year affair. So how do you account for? And another thing is, I mean, I'm only talking about my own future apprehensions. That when you continue with this system, you see, with the alternate wetting and drying, if there is possibility of biochar getting disturbed, in the sense the quality getting deteriorated in the process of increasing. Of course, one side you have improvement on the mitigation of the methane by which you are eligible, which you can quantify through your methodologies. The other side also you can think of, understanding the improvement of productivity by the normal standards, if there are anything like that to be attached to your carbon credit, that productivity as an additionality to be attached to your carbon credit. Do you subscribe to this idea? Do you have any formula or methodology to? And the other thing is, how do you account for the deterioration of the quality from two angles? One is the aging effect for 10 years or 20 years, which you are not aware of. We are only talking, you see, the present aspects, you see, based on the existing, analytical measurements, which are again not very perfect. They are all questionable. If it comes to the, argument, they are subject to questioning because the sequestration is not quantified properly. These were revealed when people started using, you see, for utilization of the CCUS. Even CCS, there is no problem. When people wanted to use this sequestered carbon for utility somewhere, for carbon dioxide being used for industrial user for different purposes. So therefore, these are
Sudhakar
all
Reddy, sir, can you
things
be precise
confronting
about your question?
things.
Mr. Reddy,
Same
so
thing. It's
I'm
what
not able to
Actually,
find a question in your statement, right?
yeah,
It looks
your
like a statement.
statement,
Please, if you have any question, please
the
ask.
question is how do you account for? How do you account for? No, I will put it the other way. If you want in a question form, how do you account for productivity and then the carbon credit, and then how
What
do
productivity?
you quantify when there is deterioration in this? So, for your understanding, I explained. Now, you please answer now these three questions.
So I
You want it
actually have
in a
not
question.
understood your question, your statement.
Even now.
Yeah.
See,
So see, one is
mitigation. No, please understand. Mitigation of methane is eligible for, carbon credit. So you
it
have
is eligible.
methodology.
It is eligible, but it is not
So,
eligible under the IHR methodology.
pardon?
There are methodologies for AWDs
Not eligible.
separately, right? It has nothing to do with biochar methodology.
Mitigation from other angle is different. By using biochar, I am able to mitigate the methane.
Very
The
good,
other
sir.
one
If you
is
are able to do that, see, there is no existing methodology which exists on this right now. What you can do is you can reach out to Vera, express interest that you have been able to mitigate this methane emissions using biochar in your farms, and this is a methodology which you want to create. You create a framework.
we'll
what
show
exactly?
it.
Yeah.
No,
So
we
I'm telling
are
you the pathway, sir. I'm telling you the pathway from my general understanding. I'm not an expert into this particular bit, but what I know is you can reach out to Vera, request them that if you want to create a methodology, put resources to create methodology in a framework which other people can also follow. If it is scientifically peer reviewed and approved, we can follow it as well.
Okay, sir, you can
And
go
how
with
about
second question.
productivity?
Productivity of what?
Sir, Sahil Reddy or Raghuram, sir.
So I request all participants, the question should be simple
Very simple and brief.
and question they are raising very lengthy so that the speaker cannot understand what they first asked. So simple questions they can ask, and if there is any details required, they can contact one-to-one. The phone number of the KAUSHAL BISHT
May
is
I ask?
available.
Yeah, Sridhar sir, you go ahead, sir.
So we have to number of persons they have doubts, so we have to give chance to the all.
Yeah, Sridhar
I
sir
would
is
like to
ready.
ask one thing.
Yeah, Sridhar sir.
What
Sridharji.
specifications? Yeah, what specifications are being followed for good quality biochar? You are mentioning about good quality.
Yeah.
How do you define that? That is one thing. And are there any source-based limitations to specify or produce a quality biochar?
Okay. So,
Yeah.
I mean, largely the Bible, which basically, I mean, the Bible for this is considered from an European Biochar Council categories of biochar production. Okay. This is easily available on internet called EBC Agro, EBC Urban. There are multiple categories and which determines the quality of biochar being high or not. Some very high level qualities are, one is the carbon fraction, right? How high is it? The H by C ratio. If it is lower than 0.4, it is very durable. And you can basically expect more than 90 odd percentage to survive more than a 200-year period easily and potentially a 1,000-year period as well. Then there's something called reflectance rate. This reflectance rate, if this is greater than 2%, then this is basically again a sign of a very high quality biochar. Then the porous structure, right? How much water holding capacity it has. The lesser the ash content in the whole particular biochar, the better it is. Then if it is the pH levels should also not be very high, right? And if in case the pH levels are high, you basically are able to bring it down to neutral by some treatment. And then there are many other minor treatment tests which you have to also carry out from polyphenolic components perspective, naphthalene, and all of these, which basically are listed down from an end use perspective. To basically qualify from which particular perspective you can do this. At the end of the day, if any kind of biochar which you produce, if it is not qualifying anywhere, you always have an option to open up a pit and put this down onto the ground, right? And just cover the ground again. This is still, this will be acceptable if in case you can't make any good use case of it. So I'll post this call. I'll share the EBC guidelines on the quality of biochar in the group. If somebody wants to refer, they can do that.
Yeah, that will be useful for all the people.
We'll share in the group, sir.
Yeah,
so next,
that is one thing. And also, are there any source-based limitations also to specify or produce quality biochar?
Yeah, source
That
based
is raw material source.
But what I said was like you basically have to demonstrate that the biomass sourcing, right? In order to make biochar, trees should not start getting cut, right? Or in literal sense, if let's say there's a bamboo which basically is grown for fuel, is having a market there, you should not displace that bamboo for that particular existing market, because if you displace that, there's a chance that that particular market can go back and start buying coal. Then the overall use use case of you sequestering carbon will get defeated, because you will get carbon credit, but somebody else will burn coal and emit emissions because of your action, right? And hence, absolutely waste biomass which is not getting used, right? Or specifically grown biomass by you only specifically for your purpose, right? This is the kind of level which you basically have to prove. For simpler, if you want to utilize forest waste, that is also allowed, but then there are a lot of certification requirements from FSC, biomass ownership, as well as chain of custody certificates, which you need to achieve and demonstrate that the biomass which you're using as a forest waste is actually surplus biomass which is required to be removed from a forest. to avoid other complexities around forest fires and all of that, right? So such evidences you have to basically provide to qualify your biomass as sustainable.
Okay, sir.
So,
Thank you.
thank you.
We take another question, sir,
So
from
I
Sahil
have
Reddy.
one question.
Hi,
Sahil Reddy.
hi. This is Dr. Shweta.
Sir,
Can I
Just a minute,
speak?
ma'am. Sahil Reddy is on it. Yeah. Sahil Reddy,
yes.
please go ahead.
Hello, Kaushal sir. I have one question. Like, how do you standardize the biochar quality where given that different feedstocks are there and pyrolysis conditions, which produces very different properties? So how will you maintain that quality?
So first of all, we are only working with 4 biomass types right now, right? One is the corn cobs, second is
Okay.
cotton stalks, third is Prosopis juliflora, and
Okay.
the fourth is bamboo, right? And apart from this, we have not worked with multiple other biomasses. We are now we are about to do our first plant in paddy stubble now, right?
Okay.
So, and all our plants, wherever we have located and whatever we are producing right now, if one particular location is producing, we are only using one biomass right now. See, I said in the very start, right, it is very important for you to also, with very hard to refute evidence to prove what you are doing on the ground. The moment you complicate and mix biomasses into the same machine, same technology, without making any adjustments, then the overall quality gets difficult to prove. I mean, there are a lot of elements when you have to prove bug density, the volume quantification, which basically quantifies it at the end of the day for you, and hence gets you carbon credits. The moment you bring in 2, 3 more biomasses into one single piece, it becomes very difficult to prove it. Even though from a process perspective it is good, but from a carbon credit perspective, it becomes confusing in front of the buyer. And hence, we are right now plucking low-hanging fruits. I'm saying low-hanging fruits because we are only tapping into biomass types which are like abundant, very easily provable in terms of biomass sustainability, right? For example, nobody will question you if you are saying that the cotton stock you're buying from Varaaha, Yavatmal in Maharashtra is sustainable, because everybody knows more than 95-98% biomass in this particular location, which is like around 24 million tons, right? As per the Maharashtra state government data, gets burnt every single year. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir,
Okay,
any
Mr.
plans
Sahil.
in for like?
Yeah, just a minute. Sir,
Hello?
Raghuram, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Hello,
Sir,
I am
Raghuram.
Subaraj.
Subraj, just go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hi. I'm a farmer and I have biomass as husk, rice husk. So you're saying one of the sources biomass, right? So
Yeah.
as a being, and I get that, and again, I want to apply into my own plant, my own field. So is there any possibility of getting credits for this, or
Yeah.
yeah,
So
please?
my first question to you will be, but what were you using with this rice husk earlier for?
Earlier, maybe some boilers are nowadays there are, I'm not sure it is being very used. Earlier, they might be using for burning some boilers and all, heating.
Okay. And these boilers are
Mm.
still operational?
There are very less nowadays. Earlier they were
Okay.
there. Right now,
Okay.
I'm not sure. For making bricks and all, they are using now, I think.
Okay. And
Yeah.
the second question is, is there a market which is available for this rice husk? And if yes, what is the price point for it?
Price, I would like to, I produce myself. So I want to use again, the end result is biochar, right? So I'll make
No,
biochar on quantity method, whatever.
no,
Being a
I
farmer,
agree, sir.
not
I
looking
agree.
as an industry,
Yeah.
looking from a farmer perspective. Yeah.
Okay. So now I'll answer you on a farmer perspective as well. See, sir, the bad thing about carbon markets is that the whole process of getting things verified, validated is very high, right? You need to create a PDD document, which basically for an individual farmer is like very difficult to get it created, get it validated from auditors, pay 20-25 lakh rupees for them to come and audit every single year, right? So for farmers, it is always advised that this needs to be in a group. Okay, so instead of doing it on a farmer level, it is always advised that if we can basically form some kind of FPOs, FPCs, or through an NGO or through some collective of sorts, right? If we can do this, then the overall DMRV cost and then the validation verification cost will get distributed across multiple farmers, and then it will be able to make scale possible for you. On an individual basis, unless you have around, let's say, 1,000 tons of rice husk with you available, there is no way we can produce biochar economically and issue carbon credit over it. Have I made myself clear? If in case this is not clear, I can again try.
I don't agree.
Yes.
I don't agree with
I
it. I don't agree with it that a person has to have 6,000 tons of whatever. You can have gasifier and make biochar out of it. What's the
Sir
problem?
Raghuram Garu, go ahead with your question, sir.
Sir. Good evening, Mr. Kaushal.
Yeah.
I am Raghuram from Arable Earth. We are operating a small, tiny unit of pyro. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello?
I'm not done with my question. I mean, he's trying to explain for my. Sorry, sir, Raghu. 1 second. Let me finish myself.
I'm Grebal here. Somebody said you need to have 6,000 tons or whatever, this thing of rice husk. That's not true, as a matter of fact. You can make biochar with through gasification any amount.
Yeah. So
And
I think you misheard me,
only.
Mr. Harpal. I said if you want to create carbon credits, not biochar, you can make biochar 2 kgs, 5 kgs as well.
The carbon credit people.
Yeah, I'm a carbon credit people. Yes.
I understand that. I've been listening to you, but I mean, that's not fair. A farmer can make a biochar.
Yeah, I mean, farmers can make a biochar. Nobody's stopping them, right? I'm saying, see, we can we will have to aggregate for a farmer. You can't create for an individual farmer, and you can't get this validated, verified in an economically possible way. You can create carbon credit, right? You spend 1 crore rupees and you get 1 lakh rupees of carbon credit. If you want to do that, you can do that.
Yeah.
Right of the carbon credits and all these things, where it starts from, it's too much. When it reaches the farmer, it's minuscule.
I don't know what experience you have, sir, but I mean, if you meet our farmers, you'll find them to be very happy.
Yeah, just
sir,
Raghuram,
I am coming. I am pitching in without.
Sorry,
you're suggesting me finally then an FPO kind of solution, right?
Yes.
Based on individual.
So I'm saying, see, for a individual farmer, right? All of these things does not make sense. If you can aggregate your biomass on an FPO level,
okay, understood.
Then there is a economical solution which we can create from a carbon.
Understand. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right here, starting from auditing and all those things, biomass source and all, making all the process, it takes a lot of cost and effort. So I understand.
Sorry, I am Ashish, just pitching in. We discussed the rice husk application, whether it is a boiler or the brick kilns. But nowadays, the rice husk are being used for making the pellets. So the pellet is also the similar thing, and the biochar is something very, very different from. I don't know what it has. Rice husk has application of the biomass pellet. So how do you classify this for the biochar?
Yes, sir. So see, it will depend upon the particular geography, the particular existing counterfactuals. So counterfactuals are like, what were you doing apart from this, right? So this is why I said rice husk, particularly, we did try to make biochar from rice husk. We faced a lot of technical problems, even though rice husk is like very flowable, very good as a biomass type to create biochar, but the problems were multifold. The first problem is that the existing market price for rice husk is too high to be used into biochar. If you are able to sell at 7-8 rupees a kg, right, you can't make biochar and make it an economical decision by just claiming carbon credits. And hence, I am again repeating again and again that absolutely waste biomass, which is available at a very very economical price points, like 3-4 rupees maximum, right? Something, then only makes economic sense for you to convert into a biochar project. If you have an end use wherein this is already going well, let it go, right? For example, if rice husk is going into boilers, there's a market which is ready to pay 7-8 rupees a kg, let it go. Because if you do not let it go there, these people will move into some other fossil fuels, and hence the counterfactual baseline for you will become a little tricky. Similarly, for example, cotton stocks, right? we know for a fact that cotton stalks gets burned in the farms. Hence, it becomes a very easy biomass for us. This is why a lot of focus is on cotton right now. A lot of focus, for example, Prosopis juliflora, which is an invasive species, right? The governments want to get rid of it, but are finding it very difficult to manage budgets and all of that to get rid of this invasive species, which is a threat to biodiversity environment at scale. And hence, any sustainable model, which basically like through biochar production gets rid of this biomass, restore these grasslands, is an excellent use case, right? And thus becomes a lower hanging fruit with lesser um, uh, chances to get reductions or LCA deductions from your counterfactuals. Well, LCA is life cycle assessment. So whatever you do right would be assessed from a life cycle assessment perspective from cradle to grave. So whatever it is going to cause or displace will also be assessed. So and hence this is my point here that we should, I mean, there's enough kind of biomass available in the country, which is like absolutely of no use right now. Rice husk falls a very high category right now, which basically always have an existing market. But I know that in India also in some pockets, rice husk also do not find a use case. It is available for 2.5 rupees a kg. But majority areas wherein we have looked at, the rice husk have an existing market of several use cases, right? Into boilers, into poultry beds and all of that. I have also seen that as well. And as somebody said, into pallets as well. So there's something a good use case wherein it is not going into normal carbon cycle very quickly. It is getting some permanence. So let it go. Focus on biomass types, which are basically, and I'm talking from a carbon developer perspective here, but I am missing out on the farmer perspective, to be honest. But because the farmer will only have access to certain kind of biomasses, so he needs to decide whether he wants to make biochar from this or not, right? That I can certainly respect, but from a carbon perspective, my suggestion is still that the use cases of biomass, which is like very bad burning, decaying, those biomasses are perfect with very less LC reduction, and hence will make most economical sense and are the lowest hanging fruit right now to be plucked.
So
And there are
just
millions
social,
of
very
Just a minute, sir. Raghuram sir is waiting, sir. Just Raghuram sir, please
Hello.
go ahead with the question. For a long time is waiting.
Sir, good evening, Mr. Kaushal. We are operating a small, tiny pyrolysis unit since 2 years. We are using bamboo as feedstock. We standardized some agriculture practices by using that, and now we are scaling a bit to 2-3 tons per ton. I have some basic 3 questions. For a continuous pyrolysis biochar plant using bamboo as feedstock, what baseline methodology is most defensible today? Waste management avoidance or biomass regrowth? And how should we document additionally to avoid rejection at validation? So this is one question. And second question is, would you recommend first scaling biochar production for agronomic value and layering carbon credits later, or designing the plant and SOPs carbon first from the day one? And third question is, at a 3 tons per day biochar scale using bamboo as feedstock, which is from captive plantation and sourcing from forest department, and continuous using continuous pyrolysis, what are the top 3 reasons projects fail to issue credits, and how do we proactively design against them? Sorry, these 3 questions, if you are able to.
Yeah, sure, sir. So this is, I understand this 3 ton is per day capacity, right?
Yes.
And this is biochar or biomass?
No, biomass. Biomass is 3 tons,
Okay.
and
Understood.
expecting some. Yeah.
Sure, sir. So see, why are certain projects are not able to create carbon credits? It's like not understanding the counterfactuals, right, correctly, as also evident in multiple questions which people are asking in this group, right? The counterfactual, for you said captive biomass production yourself for your own requirement, excellent. You'll have to do some LC reductions for sure, whatever fertilizers emissions or economic emissions which you're causing to produce this biomass.
Basically I'm agronomist.
Yeah. So that particular have to be factored in, but apart from that, I think you are in a good position to create carbon projects from this. Having said that, you said whether you should produce biochar from an agroeconomic perspective first and then layering biochar credits.
Yes.
That is not That will not happen. If you are already profitable through agroeconomic selling of your biochar, then you will not be eligible for carbon credit because there's an financial additionality concept into carbon markets. Whatever works for you, you should do, right? For example, us, in the initial 2 years, we never sold our biochar. We gave it for free to farmers, right? We only make money from the carbon markets. And we were able to scale. So whatever help you scale, you can do. If you can scale by selling biochar as an agroeconomic product, go ahead. And over and above, and you basically then are also not eligible for carbon credits at all because your enterprise is already profitably doing it, right? Having said that, look at carbon markets from a gap funding like arrangement perspective, right? Carbon markets are to bridge the initiation gap, right? If in case you do not have a market of farmers who are not aware about biochar agroeconomic use cases, you want to induce trials, you can't put in your money to do that, right? The market are saying if there's waste biomass available, if you convert it into biochar, you go put it into farms, then some buyer can give you funds to do this, and then you can get the agroeconomic benefits on your farm itself. So this is how the carbon markets function. For example, I'll give you an example from solar, right? When solar, over last 10, 15 years, there's a lot of R&D innovation happened in solar. The cost price goes down significantly, so much so that today in India, the cost per unit electricity from solar is lower than what it is from coal, right? But this was not always the case. And hence, solar credits in the starting were selling at around $2, $4 per ton. Now, nobody is ready to buy them at 5 cents because the carbon markets now feel that if there is no financial additionality to support a solar transition, why should they support?
Yeah, I understand the logic.
Similarly with biochar as well. As of now, we have not seen even a single project which is able to scale very rapidly without accessing carbon markets. Because the biochar market does not exist in India as we speak. It is developing at a very nascent stage right now. So carbon markets is a very good to go strategy, right? You basically go and tap into these markets, initiate trials. And we have also seen among our farmers that once they get benefited 1-2 years, they and their neighborhood farmers are reaching out to us to demand more biochar. And this will be the future trajectory. And possibly once biochar is also able to get an inherent market value like as a product, then eventually the price points of biochar carbon credit, which is like at a inhibitory $100 and $150 per ton right now, might come down to, let's say, $30 per ton, because some portion of it will be subsidized by biochar sales, physical sales, and then some portion will come from carbon markets. And hence, when it comes down to $30-40 per ton, then the market expands. More buyers, smaller buyers can also buy. And we do not have to depend upon only Microsoft, Google likes to support this particular market.
Okay. So in a single line, can you suggest this scaling up 3 tons per day of biochar?
Yes.
That is biomass. Is it good or not, viable or not, with your experience?
Yeah, it is. See, Puro particularly, Puro.earth, they basically can conduct an audit for you at around 500 tons production, right? Overall.
Okay.
Now the problem is that 500 tons for you might take more than 1.5 years, right? So your capex or money, if in case carbon credits is the one which basically you depend upon, will take around 1.5 year cycle to complete carbon issuances and sales. And hence, your working capital requirements might increase to 1.5 years. In comparison, if you have 10 of these machines distributed to multiple people, and then you create a carbon project collectively over these 10 machines, then you reach this production in, let's say, 1/10th time, which is like 1.5 months. And then your credit issuance and verification and issuance cycle reduces to 2.5 months. Hence, now you can churn credits faster. And this is why scale is very important, right? This is what I was trying to say. And I was trying to say that for people to come together as a group and then create projects are much more economically sensible thing to do.
Okay, we had to split it into multiple pods.
Yes.
Okay. I will catch you later. Thank you for the clear explanation. Thank you, Mr. Kaushal.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody. Thank you, PB.
Next by Ramesh
Hi.
Parvatani.
So can I speak? I'm waiting since long.
Hi, Kaushal sir.
Ramesh Parvatani, please.
Yeah, please.
Hi,
I mean, I think Sweta ji is waiting for
Yes,
long.
yes,
So
I'm waiting since long time. So
Okay.
recently I have heard that Varaaha has signed a project with Microsoft. So can you brief that, or what's the project line? May I know that?
yeah. So what is the project lifeline?
Project line, brief. Can you brief that?
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
What's
So
actually your project regarding?
yeah. So see,
Either it is AWD or agroforestry,
oh
like,
no.
and
So
what is the methodology?
okay. So see, I'll limit this discussion to biochar only, right? So AWD and plantations, ARR and all are different categories. We have 4 categories of projects, but I am focusing on biochar right now in this particular meeting. I can talk about AWD separately if you could just please reach out to me. In
No,
interest
no.
of everybody's time. Yeah.
I just wanted to know the project line, whether it is agroforestry
Oh,
or
okay. So
AWD line.
Microsoft and Google both are biochar for us. Microsoft is also going to buy ARR project from us, but that is a separate discussion. But the one announcement which you have heard is on biochar. Microsoft project is on cotton stalks. So, and specifically in Maharashtra, they have done a 6-month long due diligence and went to farms, fly out a 6-member due diligence team for a week, and carried out 6 months of primary, secondary research to basically establish the use case of the biomass. And the biomass type, as you all, I mean, must have known that this is cotton stalks. We aggregate it from farmers, then produce biochar, and this particular biochar goes back to the same farmers. It is Microsoft's mandate that this particular biochar goes back to the same farmers from where we buy, and hence create an agroeconomic benefit as co-benefit for these farmers as well.
Okay. So, what's your methodology you're following? Like, it's in rice field or agroforestry?
Oh no, this is in the same cotton farm. So we buy from cotton farms and then give biochar back to the same cotton farm.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So next, Ramesh Parvatini.
Hi, Kaushal. This is Ramesh. My question is there any standard minimal stable carbon to qualify biochar to claim the carbon credits? And other thing is the pyrolysis equipment to be certified by any Pure Earth or any other organization to make such standard biochar.
Yeah. So there are, I mean, the most important factors are H/C ratio and not only carbon fraction, right? So the higher the carbon content, the better from an economics perspective. But any carbon content can can work unless, I mean, the H/C ratio is not crossing more than 0.7 as per Pure Earth, right? But the majority of market beliefs or buyers particularly believe that it should be lesser than 0.4, right? So the hydrogen to carbon ratio is what you should look at, and it should be less than 0.4 if in case you want to continuously sell in future as well. No, I forgot the second part of the question. Can you repeat, please?
The machinery to be certified to make any standard, because I come across some websites and some machinery suppliers are doing it is been certified by Pure Earth or some other MRV organization.
Yeah. So see, they have a preliminary assessment tool or service available wherein you can take your machinery and get this verified in advance. The machine manufacturers can also go and get their machine certified. All of that is there, but it does not mean that even if you do not have this, you cannot create carbon credits. If you do not buy from these list of certified buyers, and if you still feel that your methane emissions are under check, your SOx, NOx are also under control, then you can basically invite an audit. They will basically do a random methane testing or whatever they want to do. If in case your machine basically meets the requirement, I mean, there's no need to get this certified in advance or buy from these certified vendors only. It's about that the technology should be scientifically rigorous, right, and should not have leaking methane problems or like unburnt, or the efficiency of flaring is not well. All of that problems should not exist. If that gets captured, then you will get serious reductions in your life cycle assessments, and hence the economic viability might also suffer.
Okay. Thank you.
Next, Mitesh Patel.
Hey, hi, Kaushal. 2 questions basically from my side.
Yeah.
One is, let's say, if farmers are producing biochars themselves, is it mandatory to measure the exact weight of input, say biomass, and output for biochar? I believe it is needed for DMRV because it's very difficult for farmers to measure, as they might do it in batches over the period of time. They might guesstimate it, but exact measurements are difficult. So, is it acceptable? So, point number one, question number one. And question number two is, I've seen Varaaha using quantity. Um, as a open flame kiln, low tech kiln for carbon credit. Are there any other open flame kilns that, in your experience, you have seen it and the projects approved for that? Just simple two questions.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are many kilns in the market, but Contikis are the one which have been able to scale very substantially. So, and this is what we are also doing, right? So I can only speak from my own experience. So, and I mean, I have heard there are a lot of cook stoves are also, biochar cook stoves are also scaling very well. But that's what I only know, and I have no direct experience of. And sorry, I mean, it will have to be the last question today because my flight is about to deboard, like is about to getting boarded now, and I'll have to leave in next 2-3 minutes. But just to answer your first question, sir, if you can just repeat the first question once for me, I just missed it.
Yeah. Let's say farmers are producing the biochar themselves. Is it mandatory to measure as a part of BMRV?
Yeah.
Measure the
Okay,
exact
got it.
weight of input and biomass, because it is difficult, very difficult for the farmers to
Understand.
measure it.
So it depends upon your method to do this, right? For example, our method is to, at the end of the cycle, we basically have an AI model which through a picture itself is able to calculate volume of the quantity biochar production which you have done, and you are also recorded in a live camera feed to basically provide reliability of production, right? In this particular manner, we are capturing volume of biochar through a AI model, and then we calculate the dry bulk density of all of the biomass, and multiplying that gets the production biochar production for us. Okay, in this particular thing, if you are able to I mean, with proven record, you are able to produce prove that what you are doing in terms of final output produced, you do not need to measure the incoming biomass, which I understand is a very big problem on a farm, right? So it basically adds up a lot of handling and a lot of labor cost to the whole operation. So it is possible, but then the end tool which you are using should be high quality and should basically provide enough hard to refute evidences.
Okay, thanks, Professor.
Okay, the time is very short, so that we can restrict the questions. So very few members can ask. Mukulji, please ask.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Thank you for giving the opportunity. Basically, my question is related to the quality. Which all parameters are actually required to check as far as agricultural biochar is concerned? And second thing is the same, like if we are considering biochar as a fuel. So what are the main characteristics? Can you just please give the name and the values?
Sir, actually, I have already answered this question. So post this call, I'll share the EBC guidelines on what qualifies for agro use, for what qualifies for urban, and what qualifies for filtration, all of that. Basically, it's very easy document available online. I'll share the link. You may refer there.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. You can share the link in the chat.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Next, Professor Moniji. Yes. Yes, please unmute. You are mute. Professor Moniji, unmute.
Good evening. Good evening. It's a very good topic, and we are promoting biochar under the Smart Tribal Farming Project initiative. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Clear.
And Dr. Mehtaji has given his talk in our webinar series 3 years back. And it is a very important topic. I have been taking a lot of initiative how to bring it out, how we can generate carbon credit in whatever the measures which is possible. And today, one happiest news: the Indian Economic Survey talks about the Smart Tribal Farming Initiative. Very effectively in page number 535, 36, 37.
Very nice.
And so it is a great recognition. I was part of the Doubling Farmers Income Committee report. I talked about in digital technology in volume 12B. I followed it up. Now, Indian Economic Survey talks about this is a very important project in the era of climate change and so on and so forth.
So what is your question, sir?
Hello?
What is your question, sir?
The question is that, there is no question. We are already on the job to promote biochar, activities under the Smart Tribal Farming Project. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And Dr. Mehtaji is our advisor.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now we are reaching to our time. So Mehtaji, can you sum up? Later I will also wind up. Mehtaji, please, sir, unmute. Unmute.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Audible.
The session has been very good, and only one idea comes to my mind. Kaushalji, we have a request. Can you get assembly about 8 actual people who have enjoyed biochar, carbon credit and biochar, get together for one day at Hyderabad? We'd like to have one seminar only to discuss case studies, actual case studies of the successful entrepreneurs. So that's my only request. But you have been very helpful and the attendance has been very good. This has drawn a lot of people to the subject. I thank you once again. And I thank all the participants for that. So my request is that within 2 or 3 months, we would like to have a one-day seminar of actual case studies. People who have done things, and we like to invite them. And you can coordinate that for us. That will be very kind of you. Thank you and kind of you. Thank you, Arif.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Sir, Kaushalji, please note it what the Mehtaji told now. Huh?
Sure, sir. Sure, I have taken a note.
So we are planning national seminar at Hyderabad itself by Progressive Biochar Society to particularly on case studies. So with this, I wind up this webinar with my summary conclusions.
Display the contact numbers.
Sure, sir. We will take the number and share in the group. We will share in the group whatever the. And regarding video, some questions are there regarding video. It will be uploaded in a week's or 10 days time. It has to be edited. And I request all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel. And we have a LinkedIn page also. You can follow the page for updates. And you can become members. If somebody is interested in becoming a member of PBS, you can say in the chat or WhatsApp group so that we can send a form link for the becoming a member of the PBS. Thank you.
Now, Shivkumarji, wait 1 minute.
Yeah,
so now I sum up this webinar.
Yeah,
So the webinar on promising opportunities, earning carbon credits income with biochar projects by KAUSHAL, SINGH, BISHT is very nice. And a lot of the expectations are there, but the participants are having a number of questions. Therefore, we have given the speaker the contact number. So anybody can contact later also by one-to-one. And this is as per sum up, we have the more than 100 participants registered, but the participants nearly reached the 97 at 720. So this shows that the participants are very much interested to know these presentations and to gain the information regarding the promising opportunities and carbon credits earning by biochar projects. So I thank all the participants for encouraging these type of activities by the Progressive Biochar Society Hyderabad. So we will in future also will come up with good topics and we will invite good speakers like that. So I once again thank all the participants for giving this support and extension expect in future also like this. So with this, so anybody can contact their doubts also. Due to shortage of time, you are unable to give chance to all the participants. So with this, again, whatever the Shivkumar told that we will edit these recordings. Anybody interested, they can contact by a phone or the email. We will send it. So last webinar also recording, somebody is asking, like Dr. Susmita, we will send it, no issue.
It is
This
there, sir. It
webinar
is there on the YouTube channel.
it's
It is
already
already
in the
uploaded.
YouTube channel.
It is already
YouTube.
uploaded to YouTube channel, our own channel.
Just you type that December 26th webinar, you will get it the recordings in the YouTube channel, Susmita ji. So for this, you wait for 1 week because editing we should our digital section should do, and you will get these recordings also. So once again, thank all the participants, and with this we will wind up. Good night.
Thank you, Monisha.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Shivkumar ji.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Much. Yes.